Hi everyone, welcome to this BoldSign API tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build in-app lease signing using the BoldSign API. By the end of this, you'll know how to pre-fill tenant and property details into template form fields, send lease agreements using the API, let users review and sign documents without ever leaving your app, and download signed documents. Now, let's talk about lease agreements for a second. In most cases, the process is still pretty manual and honestly kind of frustrating. You prepare the document, send it over email, and then wait for the tenant to download it, sign it, and send it back. And that back and forth? It slows everything down. You end up chasing follow-ups, dealing with delays, and your users are constantly leaving your app just to complete one step. But it doesn't have to be this way. With the BoldSign API, you can streamline the entire workflow. You can send lease agreements with pre-filled details and let users sign them directly inside your app. That means everything from sending the document to signing and completion happens in one place, without relying on email or external tools. Now, let's see how this works in a real example. I'll open the Realtor lease agreement demo application from BoldSign. You can find the demo link in the video description. First, I'll walk you through the tenant's experience, and then I'll switch to the developer view to explore the API logic behind it. You can also access the full source code for this sample on GitHub. I'll select a property and click View Details. After reviewing the property information, I'll click Rent this home. Now I just enter the details and continue. At this point, the application combines the tenant and property data and uses the BoldSign API to send the lease agreement from a predefined template with tenant and property details automatically pre-filled into the template fields. Once the document is sent, the app generates a signing link and embeds the signing link directly within the application. Without this embedded experience, users would typically have to leave the app, download the document, sign it manually, and then share it back via email. But with embedded signing, the tenant can review and sign the lease instantly within the app, making the process faster, simpler, and significantly reducing friction. Now the tenant can review and sign the lease right here, without leaving the app. As the tenant, I'll accept the terms and go ahead and sign. As you can see, all the details are already pre-filled, so the process is quick and straightforward. Once signing is complete, I'm redirected to a confirmation page. So from selecting a property to completing the document, everything happens right inside the app. Alright, so that's the user experience. Now let's quickly look at what's happening behind the scenes. All of this logic is handled in the signing controller. First, the application uses the BoldSign API to send the document from a predefined template. We've already created this template in BoldSign with roles and tenant-specific fields configured. The application maps tenant and property details to specific template field IDs, pre-fills those fields using existing form fields, and sends the document for signature. Since signing happens within the app, email notifications are disabled by setting Disable Emails to True. This ensures users complete the process directly inside the application without receiving signing emails. Once the document is sent, the same controller generates a secure signing link. Instead of sending emails, this link allows the document to be signed directly inside the application. On the Sign View page, we use a simple iframe to embed the signing link into the app. This lets users review and sign the document without leaving the application. To track the document status, the application uses Webhooks. In this example, the app specifically listens for the completed event. Once the tenant finishes signing the lease, BoldSign sends a webhook request to the application with the document details. The application validates the webhook request to ensure it's secure, then checks the event type. When it detects that the document is completed, it is redirected to a confirmation page. On the confirmation page, we load a script called signedcompleted.js. When the page loads, this script checks the document status using the document ID. If the document is marked as completed, it enables the option for the user to download the signed document. The download button is linked to an API endpoint that fetches the final signed document using the document ID. So, when the tenant clicks download, the application calls the API and returns the completed PDF file. That's it. You've just seen how to prefill lease data, send documents using the API, embed signing directly inside your app, and download completed documents. If you want to try this yourself, you can find the complete source code for this demo on GitHub, clone it, run it locally, and explore the full workflow end-to-end. With the BoldSign API, you can handle the entire lease signing process, from sending to completion, without users ever leaving your app. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more BoldSign API tutorials.